Welcome back, you beautiful weirdos. I'm so glad you're here. So, I know that last year I did a sweater nail design, but it was over extensions, and I'm sure I had a lot of you guys wondering how to do this on short, natural nails. So, that's what we're going to do today. And can I just tell you, this is up there with one of my top favorite manicures of all time ever. I don't know what it is about the sweater nail design that just makes me feel so warm and cozy inside. I really wish I could rock this all year long. I know, sweater weather, but you'll see, you'll see. So I start off with my prepped natural nails. I just did basic cuticle prep with my glass cuticle pusher, and now I'm going in with my peel off base coat, which was regret number one. I think it was my only regret, actually. I would have left this on forever, but I am going to put on my peel off base coat only because I do content all the time. I need a quick removal. But if you want to keep your manicure on for an extended period of time, you're going to want to do your personalized nail prep. I know that looks different for everybody. If I were to do my own nails for a long-lasting manicure, I would do my cuticle prep. I would buff the surface of my natural nail just to remove the shine, and I would dehydrate with some acetone. That is my perfect nail prep. But again, I know that looks different for everybody, so I'm going to just proceed with my peel off base coat, and then we're getting into the colors. So as you saw, I am using two colors from Modelones. They're both acrylics, but you can use acrylics as dip powder. They are interchangeable to the best of my knowledge. I don't use monomer to do acrylic nails, so I can't really speak for how dip powder would apply as acrylic with monomer, but I do dip powder nails, and I have used a lot of acrylics to do dip powder, and it works so beautifully. Especially this Modelones acrylic. It is so buttery soft. I know I've had a lot of you guys mention in the recent past that you've also jumped on the Modelones acrylic train and you're loving it too, which I'm so excited about. I never would have thought. I never would have thought until I tried it myself, and I think it actually happened accidentally. I wound up picking up the acrylics thinking they were dip powders, and that's where the obsession started. I love their acrylics so much with my whole entire heart. So we're going to do just basic dip powder application for the first part of this. The sweater design will take place later after everything has been activated, filed, buffed, all that good stuff. So if you are new to my channel, if you are new to dip powder nails, hi, by the way. I'm Marlakris. I do content on this channel, mostly dip powder, twice a week, every week, Mondays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. I would love for you to stick around and subscribe if you like this kind of content. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. That actually really helps out my channel. But if you want a very detailed step-by-step tutorial on how to do basic dip application on your own nails at home, I'll leave that up in the eye. I will talk you through a little bit of my process, but for a very detailed tutorial, check out the video up in the eye. That'll be super helpful for you. So we're done with coat number one. We're going to jump into coat number two. But before I get into that, look at the coverage on one coat of this acrylic. It's creamy looking. I cannot get over this nude color. It's so stinking beautiful. If you've been needing some good flat matte neutrals, I'm telling you, Modelones acrylics. I'm going to leave everything linked down below for you guys in case there's something that you feel like you want to pick up. But these neutrals, they're so dang good. These are like my new go-tos for neutral nails. I love them so much. So coat number two, I'm doing this the same exact way as I did coat number one, which I will walk you through when I get to the next color, because I know I've been a little chit-chatty and not really helpful. I'm sorry. Am I? You know me, I like to chat with you guys. I feel like this is a friend group and we're just hanging out, having a good time. Am I wrong? Whether or not you like me and think I'm your friend, I'm your friend. You have no choice. We're friends now. Anyways, coat number two. Why am I like this? I'm in a mood today, y'all. Did I have coffee yet? No, I did not. It's still early. I haven't been caffeinated. So I'm going to finish up coat number 2. I'm going to dust off all the excess and then get right into the second color. So I decided to go ahead and activate that first color. That way when I'm done with the second color, those nails will be ready to file and I don't have to wait for anything. So this is the second color I went with. It's a beautiful, I don't want to call it a navy, kind of like a Wedgwood blue, but it's so my shade of blue. I love this color so much. Here's what I'm going to do. I start with a little bit of product, the teeniest little bit of dip base coat in the center of the nail. I drag it down to the free edge. That will get off a majority of the product so I don't blood my cuticles. Then I can go up very, very slowly, very intentional, and cover that cuticle area before I dip into the powder. I am a big fan of not having to do a lot of filing or cleaning up of any sort. So I feel like the more carefully and intentionally you can apply your dip liquids, the less you're going to have to do later. And I'm a big fan of work smarter, not harder. I don't want to be sitting doing my nails for hours and hours and hours. I want to do it, get it done, move on to the next thing. If I have to be 100% honest, I've been cheating on nails, y'all. That's right, I have been cheating on nails. I have a new obsession, a new hobby, a new craft that I have been really, really enjoying, and I feel like I have to share it with you guys while you're watching me do this, of course. Of course, when we get into the sweater stuff, I will digress and stop chit-chatting and talking about nonsense. But for right now, I've been painting a lot, but not what you think I mean. I have been really into these adult paint by number. I found them on Amazon and I've done 3 of them already. They take a long time. It's not a quick, like, get it done in a couple of hours at night thing. They take me days to do because they're so detailed. I'll put some pictures in here of some of the ones that I've done, but they are so relaxing. If you're like me, if you have issues with mental health, anxiety, panic disorder, that's what I deal with every single day. Yes, I'm medicated, but you still need help sometimes. I'm telling you, the adult paint by numbers are so calming. I say it all the time to anyone that deals with anxiety. You have to give your brain a job. It's usually when your brain has nothing to do that the anxiety flares up. Give your brain a job, and this is the perfect job to really engage your brain and distract it from whatever else is going on in there. So that's what I've been doing lately. A lot. My weekends are consumed with paint by number, and I just love it so much. I just started my 4th painting, which I can't wait to finish. It's similar to, you saw the cow in the bathtub. His name is Fernando, by the way. Don't ask me why. That's the name that came to me, but it's Fernando's brother. Instead of in a bathtub, he's sitting on the toilet reading a newspaper. Why? Because I thought it was adorable and I had to do it. So I'll show you that one when that one's done. But if you need some kind of a craft, something to do to occupy your brain, or just something to do in your downtime so you're not bored, I don't know what your situation is, but that's what it is for me. Highly 10 out of 10 recommend. Plus you get a beautiful piece of art at the end of it. I'll leave some link down below in case you guys are interested or curious about it. I'm obsessed. It's my new obsession. Yes, I'm still doing nails. Of course, I'm still doing nails because that is my number one passion and hobby. But painting is creeping up. Should I start another channel? Paint by number with Marlakris. Again, I need caffeine. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm going to finish up coat number 2. I'm going to activate, do a little filing and buffing. Then we're getting into the sweater design. So I figured while my nails have cured since applying the blue dip powder, acrylic, whatever, I would show you a little bit of my filing routine in case you haven't seen that. This is literally all the filing that I need to do over my dip nails these days. I'm going to clean up my free edge just a little bit. The shape really isn't warped at all, so I'm just going to take it around the sidewalls, anything that might be overhanging on there, the free edge, get that nice and reclaimed, round that out a little bit. I've been really enjoying my short, rounded, natural nails. I don't know why. And then all I'm going to do is go over it with a buffing block. That's it. I know. Who am I even? You remember those of you who have been around with me for the last 1,000 years, you know that I used to file. I used to file the crap out of my nails. I had my e-file going all the time, just going ham with the file. Now this is my filing routine. Why? Because I have locked down my dip application and I made it so I don't have to file anymore. You can do dip powder nails with so much less effort than you might even think, as long as you really focus on getting your application down, even on short natural nails. I know it's difficult. You can do it though. So let's do the sweater nail design. I'm going to start with a matte gel top coat. This is the matte gel top coat from Sassy Mouth that you guys know I've been loving lately. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some white gel polish. The only reason I'm using white gel polish for this is because I can see where I'm putting it. If you're using a glossy gel top coat, which you can totally use, it's just difficult to see where it is. So I like to use the white gel polish. I'm going to start by doing 2 lines of the cuticle area and then following that with 2 more lines underneath it and then 2 more lines underneath those. So 3 sets of 2 parallel lines going down the nail. That is the beginning of our sweater design. Once you have this done, and you want to make sure you have enough gel to grip onto the powder. Once you have that done, all you're going to do is start connecting lines. You're not connecting all of them. I'm going to start at the top left line, the bottom of it, and I'm going to drag it down to the one diagonal across from it. That's it. That is literally it. I'm going to do the same thing with the row under it. That left line, I'm going to take it down diagonally to that bottom right line. That's it. There's your sweater design. Now to make it that like cable knit 3D sugared sweater look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same blue dip powder that I used on the nail. I'm going to pour that over the wet gel polish and wait till you see what it does. I'm mind blown at this sweater technique. I can't believe how well it works. So I'm going to pour that right over. You do not want to dip your finger in with that wet gel polish. Pour over. Don't dip in. Trust me. Heed my advice. There's a reason I know why you shouldn't do that. Pour it over. Once you have it poured over, leave it be and cure it for a full minute. Once you have it cured, then you can brush off all the excess, and this is what you are left with. The most beautiful sweater nail design, I cannot even. Now, what you do from here is completely up to you. You can take this in any direction you want. What I decided I wanted to do was 2 lines on either side of that cable design, and that's it. But you can go as crazy as you want to. You can make it as intricate or as detailed as you want. I was going for a much simpler look. So as mentioned, I'm going to do 1 line on either side of that cable design. Same thing, I'm going to pour over the acrylic on the wet gel polish, cure it for a full minute, and then dust off the excess, and then that nail is done. I'm going to do the same design on one of the neutral nails so you can see what it looks like over that as well, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. The brush absolutely makes a huge difference when you're doing a design like this. I'm telling you, these Beetles liner brushes, I've been using them for years. They are my go-to nail art brushes. The longer the brush, the easier this design is to do. I'm not using the longest one in the set. This is like the second longest one, but that's really because my nails are super short and the longest brush is longer than my nails, so I really don't need to use it. But the brushes, again, make such a difference. If you need a good nail art brush set, this is my fave. So I'm going to go ahead and get my second nail done. I'll do the rest off camera. I'll come back and I'll show you the finished look. So I went ahead and I finished all of the nails. I did the same exact design on all of them just because I thought it looked super cool, and this is what they look like. You don't need anything on top of this. They are slightly textured, so if that's going to bug you, you can always throw a top coat over it if you want to. I went ahead and washed my hands, and this is just the way they look, and I am obsessed. I love them so much. You guys will have to let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today. I hope the rest of your day is as beautiful as you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you, bye.